Welcome back to Tony Watches Wrestling, the place where we talk about wrestling, music, games, TV, films, whatever the damn hell else I want to talk about. Today we are actually talking about wrestling because it's WrestleMania season, baby. WrestleMania 37 is just around the corner, and yeah, that looks like a cool card. It'd be nice to actually have fans again. That's a novelty, isn't it? I could talk about that, but I'm just going to talk about something that happened like 10 years ago. Say 10 years ago, it was like, Jesus, almost 20 at this point. Everyone has a WrestleMania to love. Most people like 17, and rightly so. The oldies will like your WrestleMania 6s and 5s and 8s, for example. They were good manias. Well, maybe not the finish of 8, but you get the point. You get your 14s. That was a great one. 22, 24. There's been a lot of crap ones in recent years, but, 31 was really good, so that's an example. But my baby is WrestleMania 19, the first WrestleMania of the Ruthless Aggression era, and it's kind of an end of an era for a lot of people, particularly Stone Cold Steve Austin, obviously. The story crafted at this WrestleMania and this match is obviously around the fact that, The Rock's never beat Austin at WrestleMania. Austin's 2-0 against The Rock at WrestleMania. There's so many layers to the storyline that were even set the year before. WrestleMania 18, Rock beats Hogan, but Hogan comes in as the heel but gets cheered. Rock gets booed in Toronto, and The Rock works that match as a heel because he's fucking smart. That's on to see to Hollywood Rock. He's already left to Hollywood a few times. He's already done a few films at this point, and he comes back as a more egotistical, big shot character. And there's so many layers from real life in this as well. Austin's already walked out. He was frustrated. He left in 02. Rock, of course, even earlier in 02, did that weird promo where it was like Austin can take his ball and go home, that kind of stuff. So there was layers to this. There was obviously the years that were feuding beforehand, but then there's this stuff as well. They tie it together really well. They use these real elements and they tie it together really, really goddamn well. Rock's simply like, The Rock's done it all, but he's not beat you at WrestleMania. And that's it. You're in. You're in. You don't need much else. The match is great. The slowest of their three matches, absolutely. But it's a storytelling match. It's the kind of they know each other so well. They know how to beat each other. They're stealing each other's moves. The Rock's taking Austin's vest, but then for some reason, Austin vest makes him really bad at wrestling for some reason. Um, it's probably one of their weakest matches as a match, but as a whole experience and a storytelling perspective, it's great. Rock wins with a third rock bottom, and that's the end of Austin. Austin retires. Yeah, we don't know that until the night after, but Austin's done. I mean, and the credit to Austin, he worked that match after having a panic attack the night before. He drank I don't know how many Red Bulls just to get there. I mean, it's crazy. You wouldn't have been able to tell just the performer Austin was. Obviously one of the greatest of all time for a reason. Shawn Michaels versus Chris Jericho, another perfect match. Jericho's always been compared to Michaels. Jericho was the next Shawn Michaels. What the hell's the feud about? Guess what? It's about Jericho said, I always wanted to be the next Shawn Michaels. And I concentrated on being the first Chris Jericho. That ego part of it is still eating Chris Jericho alive, and he wants to not only beat Michaels, but end his career. And they have a fantastic show stealing match. It's Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania. What do you expect? But Chris Jericho obviously delivers too, because it's Chris Jericho. And I think Chris Jericho had a lot to prove coming into this match because obviously, year before Mania, he main evented, and he probably shouldn't have because Rock and Hogan should have for obvious reasons. And he got demoted down the card while Triple H didn't, and I think he was like, right, I'm going to show people what the hell I'm about, and what a match. Just a fantastic match. Chris Jericho loses, but he gets his heat back at the end, which gets over his character as such an asshole. The streaks here at this Mania, he's in a handicap match with Shawn A-Train because they didn't trust Nathan Jones to have a match. Yeah, less about that, but this is quick fire round now. Okay, we're just going to get through the ones I don't care about just so I can talk about the cool ones again. Did you know that Ken and I teamed up on the Sunday Night Heat? That was weird. John Cena did a rap on Jay-Z, that was cool. I actually like that. Matt Hardy versus Deering. It was quite fun opening, not the greatest WrestleMania opener of all time, but they worked a good pace, and Matt Hardy was a good addition to the Cruiserweight division. Trish won a fun triple threat match. Good little spots, Steve getting involved and stuff. Team Angle had a fun match, triple threat, which got them over as, they going into this match tag time. You don't expect them to win when there's Benoit and Rhino and the Los Guerreros. You expect them to come out and lose. It's WrestleMania, but they got put over. That was a great win for them, and they have the ability as a tag, team champion. As tag team champions. Let's talk about the bad. It's going to get really good soon again. We might as well talk about the bad while we're here. Triple H, Booker T. Booker T was white hot in 2003. They have that battle royal where Booker T wins the number one contendership to get to WrestleMania. Here to face Triple H. He throws the Rock over and still gets cheered. You know what I mean? They wanted it. They wanted it. And then there's that weird angle where Triple H is like, looks him up and down, and he says, "Someone like you." Now, some people have said, "Oh, he came from WCW, or he doesn't think he belongs." I suppose that's a rational explanation, but let's be honest. It's more of a racial thing, isn't it? Let's be honest. And the whole pre-match promo is very much about Booker T's struggle. It's all set up for Booker T to win. He's like, "Oh, I've been to jail," or, "Oh, I survived WCW, it's my time." The whole pre-match promo is like, Booker T's got Triple H's number. He's gonna win. We're ready. Yeah, you're ready for it. Nope. Indian Deathlock for like 90 minutes. Pins him clean with a pedigree. Takes him like 30 seconds to pin him. Absolute barrier. Probably the worst offense of Triple H's Reign of Terror. And there was some damn awful offenses, but this is the worst. And yeah, I can't defend this. This is the only blemish I think that this WrestleMania has, in my personal opinion. 20 years in the making. Now, this is my match of the night, and you'll be like, what? Vince McMahon and Hulk Hogan have your match of the night? You smoking crack? Do you want to watch Vince and Hogan in the match? No. Do you want to watch him in a street fight? When, you've got all these, like, Hogan walked out on Vince. You lied about the steroids in Arsenio Hall. He then testified against Vince in court. This is all brought into the point of the match. It's a retirement match. If Hogan loses, he has to retire. All of this, but it's real. It's believable. You believe they actually want to fucking kill each other. It's really well crafted. The pre-match promo is the best I've ever seen. Gene Okerlund does a hell of a voiceover. Mr. McMahon's like, "I want to end your career. I created Hulkamania. I'm going to kill it." Obviously, I'm not even going to try and live up to that promo. There's no way I could. But yeah, they have the match, and it's shortcut city. Let's be honest. They're using every shortcut they can. Vince does a leg drop off a ladder. Nobody talks about that. It's an absolute bloody mess. Pipe comes out, smacks people with pipes. And yeah, Hulk Hogan hulks up, wins the match. The crowd's on form for that match. They liked that match. They cared about that match for a reason. And yeah, great story. Great story told. Main event time. The next big thing, Brock Lesnar reaches his culmination. Yeah, he won King of the Ring. He already became a champion, but he did that as a heel. The Rock's already put him over. Taker's put him over. But that's as a heel. He needed establishing as a babyface. He was over enough. He was the real deal. So what was the first logical thing to do? Get him away from Paul Heyman. Now, should Big Show have been the guy that Paul Heyman turned on him for? No, it should have been Angle at Survivor Series, and then you got to leave it a longer crafted story. Yeah, they still incorporate all of this into the story, Sure, yeah, Big Show was the one that Heyman turned on Brock for, but Kurt Angle wins the title next month thanks to Brock's help. That's very well remembered. Kurt Angle then goes in the other direction, getting Team Angle and align himself with Heyman because Heyman doesn't want to see Brock win the title. Heyman thinks he made Brock Lesnar, obviously. Brock wins the Rumble. Taker puts him over again. Good stuff. And then it's obviously about the road to WrestleMania now. They obviously don't hide away from the fact that Brock Lesnar is a convincing badass and can beat Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle, they have a match for some reason for the title on SmackDown, and it's a little trap, obviously. Kurt Angle uses Eric Angle, and twin magic, that's cute, but it's obviously a way to establish that Kurt, he might not be able to overpower Brock, but he can outsmart him, he can out-wrestle him, he can outthink him, and that was very well done. Kurt Angle then uses his advantage, he's attacking him any chance he gets, he's attacking his ribs, he's using beat down assault, he's using steel cages of Paul Heyman. Oh, you want Paul Heyman? Get him in steel cage, trap, beat down. And then obviously this needs a level playing field. So Stephanie's like, should anyone get involved? Should anyone attack you? You will be counted. Should you get disqualified, you get counted out. You will be disqualified and you will forfeit your title. Level playing field. Two of the best workers in the company going at it for the title of WrestleMania. And they get 20 odd minutes here to tell a fantastic story. It's a fantastic match. They would have better matches. And obviously this match is blemished because of the shooting star best botch. But for the fact that Brock Lesnar carries on and wins this match after landing in his head like that is mental. I mean, they shouldn't have done the spot, but it's WrestleMania main event. It's his first one. I can understand why they tried to do it, but yeah, you should never done it. But yeah, these obviously have a better match at SummerSlam in 03, and obviously probably even the Iron Man match that they have on SmackDown. That's probably the best Ben. But yeah, fantastic stuff. And what is the culmination of a fantastic WrestleMania? Buy rate was rubbish. I can't say why. I guess business was on a downturn. You know, the invasion angle had been botched. The NWO angle had been botched. The brand split hadn't been botched, but obviously one show, SmackDown, was performing very, very well. Was performing so well. On Raw was just a drizzling shit. So that has an effect on the buy rate, and especially when you realise that people paid loads for No Way Out and the Rumble the months prior. Obviously, Austin's return did the No Way Out did a massive buy rate, and then the month later, Goldberg coming back and does a good pop for buy rate for the Backlash. So while it does look like it's a poorly drawn WrestleMania, you got to think it's the last WrestleMania that they have for like a few years. It's in a stadium. You got to remember that they do 54,000. They don't do another stadium show until like 23. The rest are all in like the Allstate Arena, Madison Square Garden, Staples Center, for example. And obviously, there was reasons for that. They could hike the prices and still draw a ton of money. Most people look at this as like a good Mania, obviously not 17 level for in their opinion, and that's fine. I mean, I am blinded by bias. Obviously, my first Mania, but it's definitely worth a look. If you've never watched any of these matches, I would definitely recommend most of them. Except don't look at Triple H Booker T. Nobody wants that. The point of this video was obviously this is the Mania that hooked me. I was like, whoa, WrestleMania is magical. And that still holds true today. I will be watching both nights of WrestleMania this year, and I can't wait. You know, there's the triple threat with Daniel Bryan and Edge and Roman. You've got Lashley Drew, which will be a hell of a match. The TNA matches are proof of that. And just doing that on a bigger stage is great, fantastic. I can't wait. Sasha Bianca, the build's been poor, but I know they'll turn it in a Mania and deliver a hell of a match. And yeah, there's some stuff like Bad Bunny and Miz that we don't want to talk about, but every WrestleMania has those little blemishes, and it's just, you know, get through it and, you know, guys, crowds at Mania again. That's what I'm living for. Can't wait. Hopefully it can happen. I understand the risks of it if it wasn't. You know, that makes perfect sense, but it'd just be nice. Again, you know, perfect combination. Anyways, that's been me. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, and let me know what your favorite WrestleMania is. Let me know what your favorite WrestleMania moment is. Did you like this Mania? What did you like from this Mania? What didn't you like from this WrestleMania? I'd love to know. So yeah, engage below. That's me from today anyway. Peace out.